Hi guys, welcome back. We're back with another video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about stop hunts and how you can identify stop hunts and also take advantage of these stop hunts in the market. As we always say, do not attempt to trade until they hit the stops. Alright, so we can define a stop hunt as a false or panic causing move by the market makers to hit stop losses and convince traders to make irrational decisions in the market. These moves are usually issued as session changeovers. As we know, we focus on 3 sessions. That's your Asian session, a London session, and your New York session. To make trading much easier, we are going to be on the lookout for stop hunts after the Asian session, which is our accumulation session, into the London and New York sessions with clarity. To be able to identify these stop hunts, we will analyze the Asian session trading activity and then anticipate a stop hunt in line with the market maker cycle. Let us break it down before we look at some charts. So as we can see, basically this is a drawing of what we would expect. This white line right here, this would annotate our Asian session. All right, so to filter your trades, we are going to be looking for a 50 pip or less Asian range. So we want to see this Asian range being 50 pip or less. It could be more sometimes, but we're going to focus on those ranges that are 50 pips or less. The stop hunts are usually 25 to 50 pips above or below the Asian range. So expect the stop hunt and peak to be issued within that pip range. So what I'm basically saying in this case, as you can see, we had an Asian session. We had a stop hunt, which is a false move above the Asian box, right? And then this is where we get our peak. This could come through as our high of the day, high of the week, or high of the month, right? So these are very important areas to keep an eye on. The dealer can always extend these stop hunts, so make sure you are very selective and you trade with, you're trading on a rule-based approach, right? Because sometimes you might find that your Asian range can be 80 pips and your stop hunt sometimes can even go all the way to 30 pips. So as we always teach, you need to be very selective when trading. You do not have to trade everything that you see on the market. Being selective is very important. All right, so the whole forex business for the dealers is hitting your stops. So the dealer can hit the other side first before giving a stop hunt in line with the market maker cycle. Inducement is one of the deadly tools used by the dealer, so understand the market direction before anticipating a stop hunt. So basically what I'm saying, as you can see in the previous example, we had the dealer giving us a stop hunt above the Asian range, right, and giving us a peak and then moving away, giving us 3 levels of drop and ending the day. Right, so what he can do sometimes is, even though the overall direction is still the same as this, right, overall direction is to the downside, but we'll be giving this manipulation or inducement, right, to get traders, your breakout traders. As you can see, this range, you'll find supports and resistance traders with, buy stops, sell stops all over the place, right? So what happens is when the Asian session guy is done, when the London session guide comes through, right, they evaluate these stops. Remember, they make money by hitting your stops, right? So as you can see, what he can do, even though the direction is to the downside, is he can grab the stops, right, below the Asian box first, right? Remember, they go where the money is. He can grab the stops and then give you a stop hunt above the Asian range. In this case, as you can see, you'll hit 2 birds with 1 stone, right? We'll clear the board this side, punish all the breakout traders, right? I mean, if you're a breakout trader and you've got a sell stop here or whatever you guys put there, right, your trade is going to be triggered and you're probably going to push the stop loss above this area. So he'll come through, he will grab those stops. As he's grabbing those stops, there are a bunch of traders here with buy stops as well. The peak comes through and then he then goes in the intended direction. All right, so the one thing you guys need to understand is the market maker cycle. The cycle is a 3-level cycle. These levels can be extended to 4 or 5 levels, but for beginners, it is advised to stick to only identifying the 3-level cycle. So as you can see in this case, if this is our Asian range, we can see the inducement to the downside, right? After the inducement, a peak is formed, right? And then we can see level 1, level 2, level 3. These can be pushes. This can be intraday, this can be intra-week as well, right? And then after 3 levels of rise, we expect or anticipate a peak. The most important lesson of this lecture is being able to know the cycle, so it is easier for you to identify peaks and also anticipate stop hands. So let us look at some examples on stop hands. So this is basically an example on gold, right? This is M15. As we can see right here, we had an Asian range, right? The blue box, this is our Asian range. After that, we can see that we had a move down, a false move below the Asian box. As you can see, this will trigger, this usually happens fast, right? You get fast moves, right? Below the Asian box, stops are triggered. All right, sell stops are triggered, and there are people who go short right here. And as you can see, after the inducement, we've got a peak formation, not really a W formation, but we can see 3 pins on that 800 EMA. And after that, we can identify the first push, second push, third push. The dealer gives you a peak, pulls it back, and ends the day. So basically, the whole business is accumulate, induce, and destroy. Right, so the light blue box covers the Asian session. We can see a clear stop hunt below the Asian range or box. Stop hunts are used to punish support and resistance traders, breakout traders, and those that use buy and sell stops. Right, so after a stop hunt is issued, we can expect a peak to be set, also known as the low of the day. Right, depending on the direction. After a peak has been set, we then look to see a move away from peak, giving us 3 pushes. The dealer will accumulate, induce, and destroy. So be alert. Right, you need to be able to identify the stop hunts. Of course, you can go through this by back testing. You will see that this happens every day, every week, every month, every year. All right, so this is another example on USDR. As you can see, I did speak about the dealers hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. In this example, we'll look at how the dealer can hit 2 birds with 1 stone by clearing the board on both sides. He hits the stops below the Asian range first, and then gives a clear stop hunt above the Asian range with a clear hit of stops, as we can see an information with the second leg being higher than the first. That is a very powerful peak formation. As you can see, if the first leg and then the second leg is higher than the first one, this is a clear grab of the stop losses. If you remember, when I started this, I did say do not trade until the stops are hit. So as we can see right here, we were giving a first leg the previous day, right? The dealer ended the day and we went into our Asian session. But before the Asian session ended, we can see that he grabbed some stops here, right? He grabbed some stops here. As you can see, gave you this false move. For some people, you find people going short, find people doing a whole bunch of stuff down there. And after that, as you can see, then went for the top. And I love this because we can see the blue tracer, a clear hit of the stops, giving us another second leg. We usually call this the 22 trade. And then after that, we can see a move away. 1 day of drop into a consolidation, another day of drop into a consolidation, ending the day, and then the last push. All right, so before we continue, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment.
Becoming a profitable trader has never been this easy. You've donated enough to your Forex broker. Join our MMK VIP signal service and trade alongside an experienced professional. Get to receive Forex, commodities, and indices signals with an accuracy of 65% plus. Our minimum risk to reward ratio per trade is 1.5, making sure that our clients receive 5 to 10 high probability trades per week. Get in touch with us through the Telegram or WhatsApp links, which can be found in the description below. Money is the servant.
Welcome back. Let us go on. Okay, so let's just talk more on stop hunts. Many may ask if this can be applied to currencies only, but the answer is no. It can be applied to indices and commodities as well. The example on the left is a nice 100 chart. As you can see, very simple. We had an Asian range, right? We had a very nice Asian range. We can see the previous day, right? Basically here, what happened is we had equal highs, right? So you should be able to identify these types of stop hunts. I wouldn't really call this a stop hunt, very mild, but these can apply sometimes, right, where the dealer can continue going down, but you must be able to identify such, right? As you can see, we had equal highs, and then it was cleared right there with another second leg in that area. And as you can see how the dealer then moved away. Remember, I did speak about the market maker cycle. So you can see that we had level 1 the next day, a very mild, still a valid setup for those who have been following my videos, and then we continued dropping, right? All right, guys, this is another example of a trade which was sent and taken in our VIP signal channel. As you can see, this is GBP JPY. Very simple. We had the previous day high, right? We had the Asian session. We can see all that activity, and then we had the manipulation or the false move, or aka stop hunt above the previous day high, right? And as you can see, we took that trade with our entry day, and this was a very powerful trade which we took in our VIP signal channel. All right, guys, so for free signals and more educational content, do join our public channel by scanning the QR code below.